Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the like, smash up the like, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to the subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'll let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in the between time, I'll give some shots out to the early birds, starting with Dun, Dun, Dun. China Carter, China Carter. What's up, China? Soul Vibration, Rage Against the Machine. Yeah, one of my favorite groups. Soul Sus. Is that Christopher Sam? What it do? The one. Liu Kang. Yes, I can't get that one. Tahan Anderson. Big Dave. What up, Big Dave? B Diamonds. Bonjoy Swirl. Bonjoy Swirl. What's up? What's up, Philly? The one, King David, Mississippi. What up? Say that, checking in from Wisconsin. What it do? I just left Wisconsin a week ago. Had a good time. See, they be sleeping on Wisconsin, man. Don't sleep on Wisconsin now. Don't sleep on Wisconsin. Good food, good attractions. Weather not so good at this time of the year, but it was pretty decent for me. So didn't get really cold till my last day there, but yeah. What's up, Protected San Francisco? And Audit Them. Angela Datnack, what up? Angela Datnack. Eric Byam, what's up? 79 County. Desmond Ford. What's up, Pamela? What is that, Pamela Renee? What's up, Pamela Renee? H-Town. What it do? Salute. Maria Johnson. Hamden, Connecticut. What's up, Loretta? What's up, Aretha McGee? Denver, Colorado. Charlene. Woke up this morning, got a letter that she wrote. I'll give y'all the rest of it in the next live. Michelle King, what it do? I see James King from the cotton fields of South Alabama. What up? What it do? All right, fam, going in. Donald Trump, your president, is shaking in his boots. Yeah, fam, anytime something is released on Epstein, Donald Trump gets a little nervous. Why would he get so nervous? I mean, what does he have to do with a guy who is considered to be the greatest child abuser of all times in the United States? And that says a lot, because we've had a lot of uncivilized months in the U.S. many over the last several centuries. Okay, so here we go. This is per NBC News. Jeffrey Epstein allegedly has a letter out there, suicide letter out there, that dropped in 2019, about 2 weeks before he was killed. He was found dead. This is an attempted so-called suicide, they say. This is when he attempted suicide, not when he actually was murdered. Killed himself, but attempted suicide. The note reads, it's hard to read, but I think what we have here is, they investigated me for a month, found nothing. So 16-year-old charges resubmitted. Then it reads, it is a treat to be able to choose one's time to say goodbye. What you want me to do? Bust out crying? No fun. Not worth it. Man, give me a thumbs up if you believe that Jeffrey Epstein actually wrote that letter. Give me a thumbs up if you believe he wrote the letter. Thumbs down if you say, hell nah, man, I was born in the morning, but not this morning. Okay, here we go. I don't believe Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. This letter don't even make sense. Let's go over the letter again. Let's pick it apart. They investigated me for a month, found nothing. The writing is difficult. He says, so 16-year-old charges resubmitted. Okay, keep in mind, fam, we're talking about a billionaire in America, a capitalistic society where money rules everything around us. Money before family. I know it ain't supposed to be that way, and it may not be that way with your family. But if you look at this Congress and the businessmen in this country, and you look at the history of this country, money before everything, money before human beings, money before integrity, money before God, money before everything, money before your mama, before your children, before your significant other, before your brother, your sister, money before your grandmother, your granddaddy, money before your best friend, money, money, money in this country. Epstein had plenty of it. And when you got that kind of money, you can buy freedom. Oh, yes, you can. This country does not put billionaires away. You ain't got to be a billionaire. A lot of these people just got, if you got enough thousands, you can get away with some stuff. But have some connections, and that's even better. The connections is what get a whole lot of people off. You look at a lot of these small towns, what go on in these small towns. These small towns, they look like small, sleepy towns. They might be a signal light town. They call them one-horse towns or whatever. But those small towns, they wreak havoc on their citizens. Those small towns are some of the most corrupt towns in the country. They may not have but 150 people in the town. And it's one of the most corrupt town per capita in the country because there's little to no oversight. The sheriff typically has several roles in the city, like important roles. The sheriff might be the school superintendent and the records keeper. The judge might be the judge and the land surveyor. The person who works in the permit department might be the head of the permit department and a deputy. Little to no oversight. Billionaires in this country just don't get treated the same way everybody else do. They don't go to prison, especially for life. So you mean to tell me Jeffrey Epstein used all of his money and his privilege his entire life, and he's also been accused of messing with girls before, and he got off. He was punished for it or whatever. They gave him a slap on the wrist. So you mean to tell me he can't go through that? He's not going to even wait to see if he gets convicted or not. He's not going to even wait to see what the time going to look like, what the punishment will look like. He's just going to kill himself. It don't even make sense. He said they say in the suicide note, they investigated me for a month. For a month, not a month, but for a month. Found nothing. So 16-year-old charges resubmitted. Then it reads, it is a treat to be able to choose one's time to say goodbye. What you want me to do? Bust out crying? No fun, not worth it. Jeffrey Epstein didn't write that. If he did, he wrote it under duress. I don't believe he wrote that. I don't believe there's no suicide note from Jeffrey Epstein nowhere. If this is indeed a legitimate note, it was coerced, I believe. So what did Trump have to say about it? Well, Trump has been denied, he's denied the authenticity of any suicide note, and he labeled the suicide note as well as any related documents a hoax or a distraction by Democrats. And he said, anybody reporting on this, all you news agencies out there, you bloggers and YouTubers, he coming for you. Y'all say anything about it, he gonna file a lawsuit against you. That's a lot of lawsuits. That's a lot of lawsuits. That's got to be at least, I don't know, probably what, maybe 5 million lawsuits? That's going to tie up the country for a couple of centuries. It's going to tie the courts all the way up. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm not buying the suicide thing, fam. What I will buy is the footage from the night that Epstein was murdered. Somebody got their hands on, if somebody can get their hands on that footage, I'll buy that. Because I know that footage was tampered with. I know somebody got it. Somebody know exactly what happened. Somebody knows exactly what happened. Somebody got that footage. I don't believe they totally deleted it because people don't really get rid of stuff like that these days. They always hold it as a trump card, right? I don't believe that footage has been totally destroyed. Somebody's holding on to that footage somewhere. Somebody got that footage somewhere. And I do believe it'll come out, but I think it'll only come out once all the people who are suspects in the case are dead, or all of the people who were responsible for bringing justice to the victims are dead. And perhaps they'll even wait until the victims die. This type of information don't come out. They're not going to ever get me to believe that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. That don't even make sense. It's just unfathomable. It makes zero sense. If the people who's trying to make this go away thinks that, oh, we just gonna throw a suicide note out there and maybe that'll settle them down. That'll make them stop talking about the Epstein files. I doubt it. I think it's gonna make people question it more. And I think by putting out that note, especially if that's not Jeffrey Epstein's handwriting, by the way, the letter has not been authenticated yet. So we don't really know for sure. And even if it was authenticated, I think one would have to get more than one opinion on it. We'd have to get 3 or 4 opinions because a lot of these people already paid off. Yeah, people paid off, man. These so-called experts, they're paid off. Just like a lot of these coroners, these medical examiners, they're paid off. When people are found hanging, they automatically rule it a suicide. The medical examiners rule it suicide. The medical examiners cannot be trusted. Yeah, they get a few right, but when it's time to cover up something, the medical examiner is right there, just like these doctors. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think every doctor will play the game. I don't think every medical examiner will play the game. But many of these medical examiners and doctors, they help cover up crimes. Yeah, they do. They help cover up crimes. They help sweep these crimes under the rug. They put out false death certificates every day. What's up? What's up, Derek? Person Williams, what's up? What's up, Vicky Slaughter? What it do? Miss Lily Blink. Oh, Jeffrey Epstein is absolutely dead. Yeah, he's absolutely dead. Ain't no way they're going to cover something like that up. It don't even benefit them to have Jeffrey Epstein be alive. African Pride, what up? Yeah, billionaires don't kill themselves, family. That just don't happen. They don't. Why you think they get billions? They get billions so they can show it off, so they can get up to the top and look down on everybody else. Got a billion, baby. You got to have that billion. You got to be able to, you get a billion, you got to live your best life. You ain't getting no billion to kill yourself. You getting a billion to build a legacy. You know, once you get into that type of territory, you trying to build a legacy that'll last for hundreds of years. And so you're trying to live as long as you can to enjoy that legacy that you're building. Billionaires ain't just going around killing themselves, man. Just like black people don't hang themselves. Yeah, you might find a black person every now and then hang themselves, but they ain't finna go out and find no strong tree and get up on no branch and put a rope around a branch and kick the chair. Black people don't do that. If you hear about something like that happen to a black person, you should automatically, you ain't got to be Sherlock Holmes to know that you should be investigating it as a homicide first, not a suicide. You should be thinking homicide first. You should be trying to rule out homicide as opposed to trying to automatically label it as a suicide. If I'm a homicide detective and I hear about a black person get found hung, I'm automatically thinking it's a homicide. So I got to rule out that first. I'm going in looking for suspects. Okay, who was they with last? Check the surrounding areas. Let's get some blood samples in here. Let's try to figure out, let's get some DNA samples. Everything. Who were their enemies? Who didn't like? Who did they have problems with? I'm checking everything. Ooh, let me find out somebody got hung. Man, you ain't getting away. If I'm the DA, if I'm the investigator, you ain't getting away if you hang a black person on my watch. You ain't getting away. I'm gonna find your ass. Yeah, I'm gonna find you. I'm finding you. Everybody getting shut down. I'll shake the whole town down until I find you. These guys, they're not even investigating. We got a black person hung. Okay, that's a suicide. We're going to go ahead on and treat this as a suicide. Don't worry about collecting any evidence or securing the scene. There's nothing to see here. If people want to walk around the body and stuff like that, go ahead and allow them to do so, because, hey, that's a suicide, and it's just clear as day. Take a few pictures and, hey, man, call me tomorrow. I'm going to finish watching this movie. They do not take them seriously at all. And they always rule them suicide, always quick to rule suicide. They're quick to rule suicide. Wouldn't get away with it on my watch. Chuck Diesel, what up? Looking for truth. What's up, D Nola? Boulevard D, Mrs. TNT. Ted Turner died today, y'all. Ted Turner, founder of CNN, TNT Network. That's the dude that hired Charles Barkley to throw black people under the bus. They saying a lot of nice things about him. Ronnie Kelly, what up? Mark Wilson, what it do? Nathan Payne. Juanita Wilson. Juanita. What's up, Juanita? Buttercup. David Stryker. What it do? James O'Neill, what's up? Is that Serena Minor? What's up, Serena? Dara Jones. What's up, Dara Jones? Dara Jones say, always quick to jump to assumptions and dead wrong in the end. Who are you? Make yourself known. Show your face. What's up, Shaheed? Odell Brown, what up? For the love of money. Yeah, capitalism built America. Capitalism is going to destroy America. Well, actually, black people built America, but it was out of capitalism. It was due to capitalism and greed, right? And that's what's going to destroy America. Americans can't see the forest from the trees because we're so wrapped up in money. We are so wrapped up in money, man. It's like and it's cool to get money, right? Man, ain't nothing wrong with getting money. Get money, get your money, get your money, get your money. But what we don't have is balance. We just don't have balance. Everything in life, you got to have balance. You got to have balance. If you're doing too much of one thing, that's going to be a problem. The only thing that you can't never do too much of is love. Yeah, man. What's that song? What the world needs now is love, sweet. It's love, sweet love. I think Dionne Warwick did a rendition of it. She said, that's the only thing that's too little love. Ooh, love. You know what I'm talking about? That's the only thing that's too little love. Love. Yeah, man, I'm with that. I'm with that. We got an abundance of everything else. We can do without a whole lot of stuff. But you want to talk about something that can that's conducive to healthy living, long living. Y'all don't hear me. Ronnie, talk to him, Ronnie. What's up, Carlos? Is that Carlos Villasenor? If you're just not joining, fam, we were talking about this guy right here, this fella right here to the right there. That's this guy known as Jeffrey Epstein. He is considered one of the greatest sexual monsters of modern day history. And allegedly, he wrote a suicide letter 2 weeks before he was found dead in his jail cell. And they say that this suicide letter is the suicide letter where he actually survived his first attempt at suicide. The note reads, "They investigated me for a month, found nothing." The writing is difficult to read, but it appears to say, "So 16-year-old charges resubmitted." Then it reads, "It is a treat to be able to choose one's time to say goodbye. What you want me to do? Bust out crying? No fun, not worth it." Writing in all cap like that sounds like something Donald Trump would write. No fun, not worth it. Those old, if it was all cap now, the whole thing was cap, I'd be like, oh yeah, wait a minute now. Wait a minute, we got to take a look at that. Take a closer look at that. I don't believe you wrote it, fam. I don't believe you wrote it. But what say you? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.